Hey, howdy, it's me. Howdy, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the Art Villa found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. Today I'm coming to you with records. Of course, that's the main deal here. And stories. Do I have any? I found this after a meteorite shower. I believe it's an alien probe. A probe. But I haven't run any tests on it yet, or I haven't tested it yet. I kept it in the refrigerator so that it would be too cold. See, that doesn't make sense because in space it's cold. So I don't know. It's alien. How am I supposed to know what it does? Reminded me of the movie Kronos. Does anybody my age remember the movie Kronos? It was this giant black box that came from space and landed, and it had 3 metal legs. And when it walked, it would make that sound. And it was a graphically interesting monster. In fact, it was a giant black box that kind of floated across the ground with the metal legs. It had an antenna on it or something on the top. It was so big they landed a helicopter on it, and the helicopter was really tiny. I think it had a door on it or something. Anyway, on the top, I can't really remember. I just remember the reason why it was sent to Earth is because the aliens had run out of electricity. Haha, that's right. So it went across the country looking to stealing electricity from wherever I could get it. Even as a kid, I'm like, what? There's no electricity in space? You know what I'm saying? Why would they have to come all the way to Earth just to get electricity? That doesn't make any sense. The other movie I remember as a kid that was kind of cool, and I don't remember the name of it offhand right now, although I could look it up, I'm sure, was this alien something came to Earth, and it started to grow these giant rocks. So everywhere, it just kept the giant monolithic rocks, and they would fall over, and what the hell would I can't remember if it was like they would grow and there was water would hit the thing, or so they had to. Anyway, they were planning, like all movies, they were planning on to use something to destroy it, and like, oh no, don't. Oh, like Kronos, maybe they're going to drop atom bombs on it or something. And they figured, no, don't, because it'll just suck up all the energy and be stronger than ever. Anyway, I don't know. The stories. Oh, yeah, well, the only story is, since I last talked to you, I joined the gym, and I've gone to do the Nautilus 3 times. And yoga. You want my report on yoga is that it's great. They had 1 hour of easy yoga, never having done it before. I got through the class doing all the little twisty pretzel moves. It's like it's just like, here's a newbie kind of review on yoga. What the hell good is yoga? It's like low pressure, low intensity, mild pressure exercises, which are sort of stretching at the same time, with meditation, kind of like breathing, and there's a rhythm. The instructor, had a kind of a rhythm with the exercises, and by the time the hour was up, after I'd done the Nautilus for the first time ever, I felt really good. When I go back for more yoga, so I went back a couple days ago. I was going to do the Nautilus and go swimming, but I got there a little bit late, and high school was letting out. Apparently, well, not apparently, the place has an Olympic pool, but apparently kids from high school come and they practice. So the kids were all practicing, and I couldn't get into the pool. So I went again today to do the Nautilus again. Oh my God, I'm going to have to go take some leave or something. Feels good, but oh. And anyway, that's why I'm not like throwing my hands around, because like, oh, don't do that, right? If it hurts, don't do that. So the pool's open, and this is the funny part. Okay, so I go in, and the last time I was actually in a pool to do laps was like in the early 70s. That's how long it's been. I was a lifeguard, but I've never been in the water since then, except a couple times at like a water park or something like that. Okay. So I'm going to do laps, and there are a few people in there, and I'm looking, I get to the end of the pool that there's nobody at, and I realize, well, they're not here because it's the deep end. So it's like 6'8" or something. But unlike the pool that I'm familiar with from my childhood, where it was just like basically a curb, there's this overlap thing that it was like 12 inches from the top to the water on the side of the pool. And the ladder was out at the deep end. I'm like, well, I know I can get in, but I've already done the Nautilus. I'm tired, and then I swim. I'm tired. I don't know how I'm going to get out. But I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna get in, and I'll figure a way to get out. Anyway, so I did, and I swam. And the thing of it is, I don't remember being this buoyant when I was young. But apparently now I'm so buoyant that even trying to swim underwater, I couldn't do it because I kept like floating to the top like a cork. All right. So then I would go on my back. It would just be like, oh my God, I could swim all day on my back because I'm so buoyant. So I did my laps, and then when I was like, okay, is anybody looking? I'm going to try. Old man's going to try to get out of the pool 12 inches, push himself up with tired arms. And there was nothing to put your feet on. It's like, I got to get up, and I go. I'm using my toes against the side of the pool, and I'm pushing. And I just, I managed just to get myself so I could get around and sit down without looking really old, weak. So I thought, well, maybe the next time I would just walk all the way down to the ladder. Just like, get out of my way! Walking to the ladder, right through your lane. Okay, so that's it. Then I jumped into the sauna. The steam room's broken, the shower's broken, they're fixing it. The sauna was kind of nice. So I felt pretty relaxed when I left again. It's worth it. It's worth it. Yoga and working out and all that. And I just never wanted to pay for it. I like mowing the lawn, chopping firewood, and jogging in the park. I figured would be enough, but it's been worth it. Let me just put it that way. Okay, on to the records. The Patrick family, all right? This is local. They're out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I probably already have it, but I couldn't remember. There they are, the Patrick family, local gospel record. It's the Gospel Tones. Pretty sure I don't have this one. There's the Gospel Tones on the back. Gospel Tones, they're out of Lafayette, Tennessee. It looks very much like a local record, but Atwell. What if it was pressed in Cincinnati? Not that I can tell. And another copy, a mini fresh copy at the St. Vincent de Paul. See, this is, yeah, I do have another story. I'm standing looking for records at the St. Vincent de Paul, and there are two employees behind me just yapping, and this woman is going through the store pushing a cart, and she's like, well, look at this. I'm like, well, listen, look, there's something on the wrist, and one employee says, yeah, it sure looks like it's swelling up. And they start talking about bed bugs, and they're sure it's bed bugs. And they tell the woman to take her coat off, and they send her to the back so they can spray her down. I mean, the coat. And the one employee says, well, that's probably back in like something or other. Didn't know what he said. I never go back there. I'm like, oh, I got to get out of here. But not until I looked through all the records, just to make sure I hadn't missed anything, like Harry Bauer's Mallet Magic, another copy of that. I have about 3 of them now. But it was mini fresh, and I had to pick it up. Record I know I don't have, with a fun cover, an artist I don't know anything about. It's Carol Bruce. At least I don't believe I have any of her records. Okay, but interesting enough, it's just not Carol Bruce. I think it's because they have some of her songs, but all of her songs, even though there's a biography of her in the back. There's also Tony Montola and Buddy Weed featured on this album. I don't know if they're part of the orchestra backing her or not. Anyway, I don't know.
Let me sigh, let me cry when I'm blue. Let me go away from this lonely town. Won't be long till my song will be through, 'cause I know I'm my last go round. All the love I could steal, beg or borrow, wouldn't heal all this pain in my soul. What is love but a prelude to sorrow? With a heartbreak ahead for your goal. Here I go, now you know why I'm leaving. Got those blues, what can I lose?
I picked this up, and the cover looked as though it was an 80s album, but it's not. It's RCA from 1957. It's just sort of an 80s feel to the cover. All right, Pablo Beltran and his orchestra, Dust on the Moon, Mambo in Seville, Love is a Many Splendored Thing, Lisbonia, it's spelled differently, Lisboa, Antigua, Old Lisbon, there you go, okay. And if 101 strings weren't enough, make an album using 1,000,000 strings. Where do they find that many violin players? I have to ask you. But Werner Ernst May, I picked it up. Normally I probably wouldn't, but it looks like it's probably from the late 50s. Werner Mueller and Helmut Zacharias. They all made pop records eventually. Both of them. Mueller made some real good space age records, light pop. And Helmut Zacharias also made some sort of space age record. So this is early on. I didn't expect anything like that from that album, but I don't know. And I keep telling myself not to go on and on, because when I go upstairs, see, I come down here, I know nothing. I just say whatever comes to my head. Then I go upstairs and I actually research, and you don't get to see that. Because I like the fresh excitement of finding records and sharing them with no research. Because after I researched this all, I probably wouldn't show you half of these, because like, oh God, listen to a couple tracks, like, throw that in the pile to get rid of. But right now, everything's fresh and exciting. From Nashville, Tennessee, picked it up only because it has a great cover on it. It's the Singing McDowells. I've got a feeling. They're standing in front of a cannon. There's a fort and a cannon. It's a gospel record, and it shows a fort and a cannon to stand in front of, sit and stand, whatever, for the cover of their, I don't know. Marianne Jordan. Marianne Jordan. This album was once owned by Myrtle Skaggs. Marianne Jordan's album was owned by Myrtle Skaggs. Where are they out of? The Sarasota, Florida. You just never know. Now, I don't have much hope for this, but once again, the back cover is torn off, but the front cover's still there. You've got some great hairdos happening right there. Great hairdos. Not stupid, funny, or silly hair. Just great. They're great. It's great hairdos. They're great right there. Good stuff. Little Rock, Arkansas. That part of the cover's not torn off. All right. Also, a great cover from the Tucker Family Singers, which I swear that I've got. I can't remember. Anyway, out of California, it's a photograph and a painting combined with some really bad type. So, can I say that, or do you have to be nice about the type too? Funny type, okay, and it's just a highly amusing cover. Okay, it's not Whiskey and Lace. It's Whiskers and Lace. Why Whiskers? Do they explain it? Does George, Kevin, or Gala explain it? I don't know. Oh, it's autographed. It's got to be worth $1,000. Autographed album. Go on, Carol. David Carroll Orchestra. Happy Feet. That's a great cover. Arrangements by David Carroll. Produced by Quincy Jones. No way, but that's what it says right there. And the Dick Williams Singers are on here, so that could be a lot of fun. Music, usually it's music for listening or music for dancing, but in this case, they didn't want to, exclude any of the potential market buyers for this record. They titled it Music for Listening and Dancing. John Seneta and his orchestra, Roy McRoy on trumpet. Nice cover. I don't think I have this one, although I seem to remember the artwork, but maybe I just saw it online. On Promenade, it's Music of the Near East, exotic music and colorful sound. Exclusive photo of Neela Atees, famous dancer. She's a famous dancer. There she is. Looks like she's still in pretty good shape. Right there. Touch of Gold. It's the Sun Tones. All right. Sunrise Records out of Miami, Florida. There's a photo of them on the back. They got great jackets with rhinestone cover lapels. And they're wearing like little medallions. I can't tell what the medallions are. Pete Rugolo, one of his 2 or 3 albums in a series, and this is one, Brass and Hi-Fi, Pete Rugolo and his orchestra, Brass and Hi-Fi, right there. Nice clean album. Lourindo Almeida, one of my favorite musicians, artists, and the Danzaneros. Happy Cha-Cha-Cha. That could be really fun. And I may have it already, I don't know. Classic Gems. It's a compilation album of classical numbers conducted by Lionel Atkins, New London Symphony. Symphonic orchestra, but I picked it up because of the cover. It was a nice cover. And last but not least, it's Dragsville. That's right, Dragsville. Songs, Little Deuce Coupe, Drag City, Walking Wheels, blah blah blah. But it's done by the Woofers, so it's done by some kind of studio group. And then you go up, have a beer, and I'm going to go upstairs and test the alien probe to see what orifice it would like to go in to test out whatever it's going to test. That sounds like a bad idea.